Okay. We're demonstrating. Next, see, by number.
I want to record the conversation, so.
Okay,
What are you doing? Oh, you're setting it up?
Zoom. This is the website. You see how you can order their, and here I copied it to a spreadsheet. For example, here is a number that doesn't have zeros and one and ends up in a 2024, which is AI.
Oh, great.
And here's the dial ABC version of the same thing, so you can see the various things that it means.
Yeah, but I don't want to talk to him about that.
No, you want to talk to him on this screen. When you get a number from here, let's write down the question is, can you port, one is port Google Voice number.
Right.
And in yes, how? Google Voice number, port in, or port out from Google Voice.
Port in.
In from Google Voice.
If I have a number in Google Voice, can I bring it
over? Port out.
Your numbers.
VAPI.
Right. Okay. Right. And what's the relationship between them and VAPI?
I don't know if they have any relationship. The VAPI is listing them.
I know.
As a port out to VAPI. Port out to VAPI AI, like.
Okay, Avi, it's already 11:56. I have to go in.
Twilio.
And Vonage.
And what's the difference between them and Vonage?
Right. What's the difference between you, Vonage, and Twilio? And VAPI? You understand?
Differences.
Okay. All right. Avi, it's 11:56.
All right, so now it's all yours.
Okay. All right, so you're recording on Loom, where else are you recording?
MSN Recorder. You have the file name there.
Okay, so let me get on to the, I don't have to set up any recordings.
No.
Okay.
I'm coming back in a second.
Yeah.
Can you do a class project with it? If you can get any...
Right, okay, like your academic partnership.
Give them the example of 640 call Sam.
No, I want to
and
do it.
800 chat GPT.
I needed, please let me get online. I'm already late, okay? First, let me listen to them, you know what I mean?
Listen, don't listen, there's nothing to listen. You want to find out the answer to your question? They will tell you a story, the salesman story.
I can see where it fits in, because then later on it's not ham and cheese, you know what I mean? We don't do that. It's important to listen to their story, you understand? So
what does it take to convert the number that you get from them so that it can be used for VAPI? That's the question. Or is any number that I get from them already has been converted so it can call AI?
See what they have. Maybe they have already an AI too.
You have to understand.
Hold on, let me just do some.
Case.
Quentin.
You want to do something like
okay,
640?
Hey, Dr. Russian, here's the Google Meet link, so it's to paste in your browser. Okay, here it is. Okay, all right. Please, 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 please. It's not going to be there anyways.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, fine.
Forget about it. Forget that it exists.
I'm not forgetting anything that exists. Okay? Don't be there.
It's all right.
It's not a good camera.
It's fine. Just, what do you want?
I want my face there.
You want your face there? Move over.
Yeah. I do. It's too close. It's too close. Okay. Why can't I use the regular front camera? It's really bad, this camera.
So it's bad. You don't need to see more than that. It's fine.
Okay, so be quiet. Okay?
Terrorizes you non-stop.
Can you please be quiet?
Fine, I heard you.
I didn't hear you. You need to be there in the picture?
Yes, because I want to talk to.
Okay, so fine. You want to take over?
Yes, sometimes. Okay. Right now, I let you talk first.
Hello?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Great. Hi, this is Sarah Rushinick. How are you?
Hey, I'm Eric Boss. Good, how are you?
Okay. So, Eric, I was interested in your company. It looks pretty interesting. So, hopefully we can find some common ground here.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. What are you guys trying to do?
I wear a number of different hats. I'm at the University of Miami, and I'm an advisor to their IT group in recommending where they should go, what is the future, and what are actual products that they should use. We're also working with looking for voice conversations, AI-based, where it can answer a number of calls. And we came across you. Also, I am the tech advisor for the city of Coral Gables, which, where are you based?
I'm out of Raleigh, North Carolina.
Okay.
But we're a fully remote company. We used to be headquartered in Chicago. But,
yeah, okay, but that's the life, right? So exactly. So also we have the city of Coral Gables where the University of Miami resides, and that's a very lucrative and area there, and they are basically on initiatives to be smart city, and they're number one in medium-sized cities for smart cities. So they're also looking for an AI conversational AI bot where you can call. So I'm on the two calls for that.
Can you
Plus,
let me say something?
hold on a second. Plus, I'm
so
also a professor, and we use a number of technologies to our students where we expose them to.
Well, basically, we're developers
So
of direct connect to AI, like 800 Chat GPT and 640 Call Sam. Are you familiar with that?
I'm not familiar with what, I'm sorry.
Okay. So what we are, I have a colleague here too. He's our tech advisor here. And what he's saying is we're also emulating something like 1-800-CHAT-GPT. Are you familiar with that? Where you can call Chat GPT rather than as an application on any phone. So if you took out your phone and dialed 1-800, even on a regular phone, not even a landline, not a smartphone, you can do 1-800-CHAT-GPT. We're looking at it in terms of something similar to that, but that it would be using the company's own knowledge base.
Basically, we're developers of AI callers, like 800 Chat GPT, and she can translate to English to American accent so you can understand two things in a row. But what we are focusing on is local numbers, like 640 Call Sam, which is another example of an AI caller, that you can call the AI and converse with it. And in addition to that, you can program it so it can make outbound calls. But right now we're focusing on inbound calls. And we are advising several organizations, including the University of Miami, the City of Coral Gables, and several other companies, in addition to teaching a course about it. And so we are working with various vendors like VAPI, for example, which is Voice API, and they have listed Twilio and
Vonage
and you. So
very familiar with VAPI. I work with a few companies that I've actually set up that are integrated with VAPI and Telnix. So
and are you guys related? Because your websites look very similar in terms of coloring and things. Have you seen that, or is that just a coincidence? That's like the trend.
That's just a coincidence. We have some integrations together, and we work with each other, but it's completely a coincidence.
Okay, because if you look at them, you almost look like the same company. Have you looked at both websites?
I haven't been on VAPI's website in a minute. Let me check it out.
Vapi.ai. And they list you.
Yeah, they just recently listed us. I think we've had a lot of customers that want to use Telnix on the back end for their communications. Right. So I think eventually they're like, all right, let's make this a partnership.
Yeah, I just saw it. I just saw it listed. That's how I knew about you.
Also, Twilio and Vonage are very congested because many vendors are using them to import the numbers from them into VAPI and other AI vendors. And so they needed a third party because they are running out of numbers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely a highly trafficked space right now, right? I mean, everybody wants to dive into AI, and there's kind of a few providers that can do it, right? Twilio and Telnix primarily. I guess Vonage is dipping into the space as well, but the features that you need from a telecom provider to do it are you have to have WebSocket streaming, bidirectional streaming, and as of right now, I only know that Twilio and Telnix offer. I guess it sounds like Vonage offers this WebSocket streaming too. Mm-hmm. And other things that are involved are low latency, so that your local language model can operate smoothly, and at Telnix, we also offer HD voice codecs so that your AI bot can transcribe easier. So, it'll be using speech to text and text to speech applications on top of your voice calling. So
we're also looking for guest speakers if you are capable and or interested, or you know somebody else that can come in front of an audience of about 100 people to explain to them,
especially businesses, of what is the whole they are so confused on where they want. They're traditionally at the AT&T or the T-Mobile type of ways, and you folks, they're not quite sure. When we are advising them, it's good to see, and we don't want to be, we want to look neutral, that we're not basically, don't have any fiduciary interest, but looking at for the best and exposing. So we're also doing that on Zoom. I have seminars on this twice a week on different, AI topics. So that'd be great to have you and some of the other folks, you yourself or someone that you can think would be.
Yeah, absolutely. Would this be in front of students or businesses?
Both. So also, even if you were interested in some of all the students, we're at the University of Miami. I don't know if you're familiar with that university, or if we're a private, very rich university. So all of our students, basically, they're coming from families that have businesses many times. So either they're working for their businesses or doing internships as well. Plus, we're doing it for the businesses, not only local businesses, but businesses that can come online with us.
Also with conferences, like Enterprise Connect is coming up next week.
Are you guys familiar with that? Are you guys going to be there?
And later on, there is Emerge in Miami, Emerge 2024, 25 in Miami, that is also an international conference.
Are you guys going to be in Orlando next week?
Yeah, we'll be at Enterprise Connect. I won't be there, but...
Okay, do you have a booth? Or you'll just be visiting?
I think we're hosting a golf event, actually. I can send you the link for it if you're interested.
Yeah, well, we're planning to be there next week.
Okay.
And some of your and Twilio's going to be there, I know, and Vonage and some of the others. So
sometimes we are speakers and we host a panel of experts, either physically on location or through Zoom or some other way to describe specific areas, like, for example, those numbers that qualify, that have the hooks and so on, so they can be talking, people can be talking directly to the AI from their phone or other devices, especially landlines also.
So great, if you can hook me up to, if they're going to be there already in Orlando, you can make the introduction.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why not? You know what I mean? You know how it's conferences and you guys could be there and I don't even know it. So it'd be an opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. Happy to set you up with a connection there.
Yeah, so that'd be great. So we can have more time to speak about it. But I just wanted to get an overview from you on that.
Also, when we do a seminar and we have 100 people present and they all are trying to log in and to buy a number all at the same time, it can congest even large servers. So we don't want to appear to be promoting Twilio and Vonage, and we also want to have, in case it becomes congested, to have another vendor that can supply those numbers.
So we're in terms of education, plus these people are relying on us to make, as consultants, is making good decisions for them,
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
And usually these seminars are short. If it is in a conference like Enterprise Connect, it is a 2 or 3 days conference, and we would like to be able to teach them something that they can implement during the conference. And if it is an academic class, it is a semester. But both of them end after a period of time, so time is of essence.
Mm-hmm. So a lot of times my seminars end up be, rather than just PowerPoint slides, nobody wants to see an extra PowerPoint slide, but they actually are coming to us saying, okay, how do you do it? Help us. So sometimes what we'll do is we'll take like a sample. Okay, sign up for this, put your credit card. We don't have any sense, and then they actually do it, and then we can proceed, and then they can get a number. They can see how their bot is working, and later on we can do like steps.
What class specifically is this for?
Well, one is I do business seminars, but it's with the University of Miami, and it's
IT and AI.
It's an IT Gen AI project, and in my classes, my students I have a number of academic partnerships with a number of vendors. For instance, I have an academic partnership with Wix. Since I consult with Wix, in return, they've given an academic partnership where our students for a semester get upgraded to their business plan, So they get a free domain name, and basically they're creating, it's almost like a Shark Tank. They are Gen AI consultants in certain areas, whether it's real estate, whether it's in finance, general business, where they're consulting a number of businesses.
The important thing to understand is that Wix has an AI that designs a website in a few minutes. So you tell the AI what business you want. For example, let's say AI IT consulting. And once you give it the string, it will start designing the whole website for you in a few minutes.
And then you need to edit it.
And then you can edit it. So our focus is in the connection between communication, IT, and AI.
Got it.
And then they basically, a number of the students, if they're interested, they basically take that on. And they basically create it, and sometimes what they'll even do is pass it on to other businesses, and they're just part of it.
Or in a conference like Connect or Emerge, we don't have enough time, so we start from day one to teach them all of it, and then we make ourselves available in day 2 or 3 as consultants to help them finish it up.
So we're also speakers at different conferences as well.
Got it. Wait, let's do this.
Yeah.
Let me send you an email so you have my contact information. Yes. I'll go ahead. I'll send you the link for our golf event at Enterprise Connect.
When is it? What day?
I believe I have to check on that.
Yeah.
I'll send that out in the email as well.
Okay.
I forget what day it is off the top of my head, but yeah, and then we can go from there. How does that sound?
Okay.
Can you import in numbers from Google Voice?
If our clients then have Google Voice numbers, can you import those as well?
Port it in.
Yeah, we can.
And then when you port it in, if we try to apply to VAPI, you have to go through some procedure, or immediately as soon as you have it ported in, we can port it out to VAPI, and VAPI will accept it. It will work for VAPI, for example.
So you're trying to port a number to Telnix and then port it to VAPI, or is the number going to live within Telnix?
It depends. We're not sure how difficult it will be to make an AI caller using your company. We have done several with VAPI and other vendors like Bland and
Twilio.
Air AI. There's half a dozen vendors that are doing the same thing.
So do you do something similar to VAPI too? What is the overlap between you and VAPI?
So Telnix is an actual voice carrier,
right?
We own over 4 million phone numbers.
Right.
We have direct connectivity into the mobile carriers, into what's called the PSTN, the public switch telephone network. So we're the back layer, but we also can do everything VAPI can do, right? So we have our own AI models built. Generally, we don't market that as much.
Yeah, I didn't see it. That's why maybe we can have a time with your guys showing us
somebody that is familiar with the comparison between your AI and VAPI.
Maybe we don't even have to go to VAPI. You know what I mean? Maybe we can stay within you.
The easiest route, I would say for right now, I mean, VAPI is focusing, like, since we do so many other things, VAPI is just focused on their AI model. Like, I sometimes even recommend just using VAPI's AI.
Okay.
And then just using Telnix for connectivity on the back end. So basically, VAPI will use somebody like a Telnix or a Twilio on the back end.
Right.
But you can get that direct access to it yourself and choose which carrier you'd like to use. So if you pick somebody like a Telnix, we're geared towards the AI. So, you're kind of cutting out that middleman.
Okay. So basically, what you're saying is, use you for the back end and use VAPI for the front end? Is that what you're recommending at this point?
Yep. Yeah, that's for like large customers. That's what we recommend. It's almost like a Genesis call center, right?
Right.
They use somebody like a Telnix or Bandwidth or Vonage on the back end.
Right.
But rather than having them manage it, you can manage that connection yourself.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, let me go ahead and I'll send you an email with my contact information. I'll include the link for the Enterprise Connect event, and then you can
okay. And also, if we can't go to the golf event itself, if we can send me who is going to be there so I can connect with them, and you can pass my information to them as well.
Yep.
I think you have my mobile number as well.
I do, yes.
Yeah, so you can,
Yep.
I give you permission to share my mobile, all my contact and mobile information, because I'm planning to be there that week. So, and I have a number of meetings, so if we can set up, even if it's not through their golf, through just meeting there, I'm sure they're going to be there more than one day, I imagine.
Yeah, yeah, I'll send you our booth number and where
your
we'll
booth,
be.
okay, perfect, okay.
Yep.
And let me just check with Harvey. Anything else, Harvey, you want to
Yeah,
ask?
if you have somebody that is familiar with the details, we went to your website and we saw that you charge $1 upfront fee and then $1 a month for a phone number. And the question was, if we port something from another carrier,
What does it charge?
they charge usually for the porting out. Would you be charging for the porting in? And further, when we do a class project, for example, with a company like VAPI, within 2 hours, the participants in the seminar can get their number, can get their AI, fine-tune it a few minutes, and give them enough confidence and knowledge that they can call.
That they understand the concept.
Not only understand, but they can call the number. And we give it also a vanity phone number. Like, for example, a USA, Manuel is an example. So you can dial now. The area code for USA is 872 and so on. And you'll be talking to the AI that we created, and that the whole thing takes less than an hour. But when you involve more than one company, it will take a little longer, So we were wondering how long does it take, and somebody that is familiar with the details of how long does it take from the beginning to the end, that we can leave the participants in the seminar with a working number that they know how to do it, and then they can go. When you talk about the University of Miami, you talk about several, maybe 20,000 students, 50,000 alumni, and so many administrators and departments and so on. And we are just doing a pilot and a demonstration to them how it works.
Got it. I mean, yeah, it's gonna, the setup process is you can get a phone number working in a few minutes. And
right.
Besides creating your account, you have to go through a KYC process.
Right.
We have to approve it on the back end, make sure that these are legit
right.
players and not bad actors in the space. So it might take a few hours to get your KYC approved.
Mm-hmm.
So it can be sooner than that. So that might be kind of a restraint there. You might have to get your KYC approved on your account.
Maybe ahead of time rather than in the seminar.
Yeah. But you can provision a phone number instantly in your account. So once your KYC has been approved, we have an inventory of numbers. So you can just, for $1, you can spin up a new number. You don't even have to bring a Google Voice number over.
Mm-hmm.
But if you wanted to port that number in, that porting process, we have fast port, generally about 3 to 5 days.
3 to 5 days.
So the port in process is free. So if you want to port a number into Telnex, it's free. To port a number out, it's $6.
$6. Okay.
If you want to port that number out, you have to have an LOA from the carrier.
Right.
And go through the porting process.
Yeah.
But if I want to port it into a VAPI, that is considered the port out or not?
Yes, I don't know if VAPI, does VAPI house phone numbers? As far as I know.
Yes, they have their own. When you go to VAPI and you open an account, we finish within an hour to set up an account for them, pick up a number, and then test the number, call the number and talk to the AI, and then go and edit the AI a little bit so that it changes some messages and uploads some files to the AI so the AI is familiar with the business. Mm-hmm. The whole thing takes less than an hour.
For a demo,
So when you come to to VAPI, for example, and all of them are similar, there is an item that says phone numbers. When you click on the phone numbers, it asks you, do you want to port it from Twilio, Vantage, or your company, or choose our number? So when you say an area code. I want to choose your number. You enter the area code, and then they display to you a number that's available. But the reason that I like you better is because you don't do only that. You list a page full of area codes. So before you came here, we just entered an area that spells the word job. Also, we make vanity phone numbers for them. So some of them want to have a vanity phone number that they already have, and they invested a lot in marketing, so they want to retain it. So, for example, we entered the area code 5, the job is 562.
Yep.
And you displayed about 50 phone numbers.
Yeah,
so your procedure to select phone numbers is much better than VAPI or the other companies, because with them you have to go phone number by phone number, and if you have 100 people, it is a major problem.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of getting back to where I was talking about how Telex is an actual voice carrier.
Yes, it's a lot, right.
For millions and millions of phone numbers.
Well, that's your main business, like you said.
Right. Yep.
Okay, so I'll look forward to hearing back from you, and then we can have more conversations. That's great. We can have more conversations with you next week, and then from there maybe we can have another call with maybe some of your engineers or someone walking us through what the process is or something like that.
And if you have somebody that can be a guest speaker, we have a seminar series that is in Monday and Wednesday afternoon from East Coast time, 3:30 I think, or something like that, until 8. So we try to schedule it at the end of the day so business professionals can
come in through Zoom, and they can even do like a 20 minute.
If you could send me the details about that via email, that'd be great, and I might be able to help out there.
Yeah. Okay. It was nice to meet you, Eric.
Right. Nice to meet you as well. Hope you guys have a great day.
Thanks a lot. Bye bye. Okay. So it's 5 days.
To court is a standard thing. So
right. I know.
They all take the same amount of time. I just wanted to know if it is feasible.
But what they
the numbers are by default good enough. You understand? Yeah. It's important sometimes that you spare a little bit with words because you chew all the time on tom.
No, it isn't. You have to give them a background.
Fine, but the whole thing is background with you. You cannot get anything done.
Well, with you, it's they don't even know, and then they get scared.
Okay, fine. Let me just finish. So I want to first stop the loom. I want to snap the loom URL, copy to the clipboard buffer, and insert it into my spreadsheet here. Make it a hyperlink. Then get the title. Paste the title. And then I will copy it and try to set up a comment in here. The problem with the new version of it, somehow, is that you cannot play it back right away. Are you there?
Yeah,
you hear me talking to the wall of China?
Yeah, that loom basically takes time now to generate because they do a lot of AI generation now, so you can't view the video so quickly as you could before. You can't play back. You have to wait a number of minutes before they generate. And they left the shoe team, okay?
Fine.